Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at Dogecoin, see what's going on, of course, help us understand best practice and big picture. If you're new to the channel though, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I really just love teaching people how to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today. And of course, if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a website, link in the description below. I send out signals for every single trade that I take. I provide you with a trading academy and just an awesome, amazing community where we learn and grow together. Cool experience, check it out, and thank you so much to all my current community members, as well as the requests that I get from you. Thank you for that. Let's take a look here at Dogecoin. Here's kind of big picture to start. Obviously, tremendous amount of volume here today than we've seen in weeks. Okay, so last time we saw this amount of volume was on April 5th when the price spiked up to about 17.2, well, more importantly, about just say round number 18, and then came right back down the day after. So we want to be cautious and careful in the fact that we could see a correction tomorrow. It really depends on how Bitcoin performs, is my personal opinion. But generally speaking, if we're looking here at this, we can see the 50-day moving average tentatively holding as a support level right around 13.3. Okay, so even though the price came way down here and got really low, there was an increase as well. It could be, we'll look at smaller time frames to find out, could be manipulation because oftentimes you see that kind of large candle wick down. It's usually unnecessary, but it's probably a knee-jerk reaction to Bitcoin selling off last night as well. It hit somewhere in the range of 38,200, ramped right back up. Now we're at 39.5. So that could very well be reflected here. Just keep that in mind. Looking at the RSI though, we're tentatively up over 50 again, which is a very positive sign, but the candlestick hasn't closed yet. So until that closes, we're not going to be above that. I would say we need to close above 14 cents at the very least to have any potential continuation to the upside. Okay, because if this is just a one pump, we're going to expect a dump tomorrow. Really just depends. Again, if Bitcoin trashes itself down to 37,000 or something obnoxious, we're probably going to see a correction from Dogecoin. That's my speculation based on how synonymous it has been with those increases and decreases. But we can't avoid the fact that there's a tremendous amount of volume here today, and that could continue because likely the more volume you see, the more likelihood of the continuation to the upside. Right, so once again, if we start to see a diminished amount of volume tomorrow, different story. So let's take a look here at the 4 hours. So we can see obviously in somewhere in the range of 1 to 4 hours, we saw a very strong increase at about 1 a.m. today because the price came down as low as 12.2 and effectively bounced off that Fibonacci retracement level. That being said, if we take a look here, you know what? Let's go ahead and redo this here as well. Let's go ahead and pull this back up and go with the recent increase. All right. So we can see a much better Fibonacci retracement level right there, price getting rejected. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. But so for the 4 hour, here's something to acknowledge. First of all, we're kind of in this moving average zone. So in other words, we're breaking through both moving averages. We can get a clean close, once again, about 1450, I would say. More importantly, we'd probably be in pretty good shape here to essentially be able to have some continuation of the upside being above both moving averages. I think that's very helpful. We also are above 50 and under 70 on the RSI, so there's plenty of more room for growth. And look how stinking low this got. It went down to 16 on the RSI on the 4 hour. That's really uncommon. Anytime you see a price above or below, just say above 70 or below 30 on the RSI on the 4 hour, it's commonly terms for reversal. Minus Bitcoin lately, it's been continuing much lower, but generally speaking, on average, you have this state of exhaustion where we can kind of see that we hit like 9 hours in a row twice. We hit 2 9s in a row. A turnaround is almost inevitable. Okay, so pay attention to that. If you see TD sequential hitting 2 9s in a row, specifically on the 4 hour, that's even more gravity, then the likelihood of a turnaround is extremely high. Okay, so again, this has been selling off for like 3 to 4 days straight. So it had to come back up and correct itself, right? That's kind of the inevitability. Imagine holding a flotation device underwater. Right? It's going to be constant pressure. It's going to always try to surface. And this is what's happening here. So again, mostly good stuff there in that sense. But just keep in mind, this may be tentative for the moment. The long-term potential here is still yet to be seen. We got to have a nice candlestick close here today, I feel. And once again, most of that volume came out of nowhere, just in this 1 hour. So this is not a healthy continuation, but it is healthy in a sense that it had a nice 4 hours of consolidation and got a reset, and now we're back up to a 1. So I don't love that strong volume bar here that we're seeing, but I do love the fact that it consolidated nicely and now it's trying to leg up again. That's really important. That's a good, healthy continuation in that regard. even though it's too much volume at once. I usually shy away from that, but with good consolidation, it's fine. The last thing we want to take a look at would be Ichimoku Cloud. We're back up over the cloud, which is good. So this does kind of give us a buy signal in a sense, letting us know that the likelihood of the price pulling back lower is pretty low. So generally speaking, I mean, at this point, if we look at everything, you can see we got a moderately healthy, we'll just say that, continuation to the upside. A strong, response essentially to being extremely overextended. So, a lot of times those things will maintain themselves for a little bit longer based on the fact that people were feeling that, Dogecoin is a good value at 14 cents. So just keep in mind that unless we get, a nice candlestick close, just say on the daily above 50 on the RSI, we're probably going to be in a position where we might see the price continue to progress sideways, because we haven't officially, keep this in mind, we haven't officially made higher highs yet, okay? And we're still technically making lower lows. So until that pattern can be broken, we don't have the confirmation that we're looking for to give that confidence that it's going to continue, right? Especially the simple fact that this is like that knee-jerk reaction to the price getting overextended and that it had to come back up. The inevitability of whomever added to their position at that time, because don't get me wrong, it probably wasn't the rest of us. It was probably a very significant amount of investing at that one specific time. The likelihood of them selling that off and taking their profits over the next couple of days is pretty high too. Okay. So they could very well do that. So once again, not trying to rain on your parade. This has a 50-50 chance, honestly, of continuing higher. It's kind of an unhealthy continuation. It is still moderately healthy. We're stuck under key level resistances, and until we can get a clean close above, I think we should dollar cost average until we get that confirmation. But in truth, Dogecoin definitely looks like it wants to continue, and it does feel like we're going to probably start seeing some higher lows and some higher highs potentially soon. But once again, we need more data to figure that out. It's a little too early to tell at this moment. Okay. So all good stuff there in that sense, I would say overall. But generally speaking, that's kind of what we're looking at here. Not much else to really note, honestly. I mean, we could take a look at TD sequential on the 1 day, and this is something just to kind of quickly point out too, that we hit an 8 and now we're back up to a 1. So as long as this current candlestick doesn't close below, just say this 5 here, then we're going to be looking at potential of another 8 to 10 more days of continuation to the upside. Is that a guarantee? No. A lot of it relies on Bitcoin and Bitcoin's general success. This trend line here that we saw, that was Bitcoin honoring its trend line. Bitcoin has since lost and broken its trend line, so we're starting to see this as well. So again, just kind of throwing out some friendly advice there. Generally speaking, you always want to look at both sides of the spectrum. And at this point here, I would say generally a little bit more of the what we see here so far tells us it wants to continue higher. I think we have more probability of Dogecoin going up than down, but a lot of it is reliant on Bitcoin. So make sure you check out my other Bitcoin videos, or just in general, understand how Bitcoin is moving right now to recognize the fact that there is a correlation between the two. Dogecoin, regardless of how much volume we see today, still very much reliant on Bitcoin's success, or lack thereof to the downside. All right. So all in all, that's essentially what we're looking at here. I really hope that you found benefit. Thanks again for joining me here. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link in the description below. I do look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.